But I want to make a very big point here to keep you out of jail and to keep you from paying a lot of money in fines. You cannot. Welcome back, beautiful people. It's Tashima here. We are about to talk about some ways to help you in your new business avoid paying a lot of taxes. Now, there is this huge misconception that, oh, entrepreneurs pay so much in taxes. I'm not ready to be an entrepreneur because I don't want to have to pay a lot in taxes. And let's be clear, only the ones who are not watching my video are going to pay a lot in taxes. Okay. All right. So one of the easiest and one of my favorite deductions to use in order to avoid paying or minimizing my taxes is the home office deduction. And I'm going to give you all prime examples here throughout this entire video, so stay with me. So for example, this area here, when I get to a point when I start generating income from YouTube, I will be deducting this entire room here because this is where I record my YouTube videos. This is a prime example of this being my home office for YouTube. Now I have another room over there where it is legit my office set up for my coaching business and for my accounting business, where I do all, if not all of my work there. My printer is there, everything, my file cabinets, everything is there. I am going to deduct, and I do deduct that room when it comes to my accounting and my coaching business. You basically is very seamless. You'll use the square footage of whatever space you are in and deduct that on your taxes. It is automatically done for you. I don't care what software you're using, which tax professional you go to. It is automatically done for you as long as you have that square footage. But this is a major deduction for me personally and for a lot of my clients who are in the film industry or who may be editing at home and things like that, or in other small business owners. So if you are not sure about it, I would just easily get the square footage of the room that you are spending most of your time working in. Now, this one is something that you all hear about, but you never do it the right way. Business expenses. So this could really be anything, but I want to make a very big point here to keep you out of jail and to keep you from paying a lot of money in fines. You cannot just deduct anything. It has to be ordinary to your business. Meaning, for example, I work with people in the film industry. They can deduct a lot of different things than I can. They may be able to deduct some rims that they put on their car. Maybe it's for a video, or the cost of a Porsche, renting out a Porsche, or the cost of renting out a Benz, whatever the case may be. They may be able to deduct that because that's ordinary to what they do. They may need that for a video, for clout, of course, but that is ordinary to what they do. They may need to go and buy a new gold chain for a reward show or whatever the case may be. That is ordinary to what they do. I, on the other hand, as an accountant, as a business coach, I cannot go and do that. But let's go say that I want to purchase a brand new outfit because I'm going to be recording videos, or I need to purchase makeup because really and truly the only time I wear makeup is when I'm recording YouTube videos, or if I'm going to a gala or something on the lines of that. I will be able to deduct that in my YouTube business. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. Just know that it has to be ordinary to what you do. And one thing about ordinary is everyone in that industry is doing the same thing. They're deducting the same thing. So let's just say in my accounting business, I decide, oh, well, I need to deduct my watch. But I'm the only one out of the millions and billions of accountants who are deducting a watch on her tax return. I am going to be red flagged and I'm going to get in trouble for that. That may not necessarily be ordinary to my business. So make sure that it is a common, ordinary thing to your business. And if it is, then by all means, if it was truly a business expense, you can deduct it. Now, another one that you all over abuse, the travel and entertainment deduction. Please understand me when I say this. I already told you that your business expenses need to be ordinary. That applies to everything that you deduct, okay? So for example, if you are an insurance agent and you are traveling to some of your potential clients' homes, some of your leads' homes, to talk with them more on the availability that they may be able to qualify certain insurance coverages, that's ordinary. You can deduct that travel expense to get to their home and back to your office, or even to another client's home. That is something you can do. Now, if you plan on going out with you and your homegirls, or you and your homeboys, and y'all about to go to the club, and you think you about to deduct the expense for you to travel to the club and the bottles that y'all purchased, and none of them are in business, you all aren't discussing anything business related, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And that has become one of the biggest downfalls for you all who are claiming a travel and entertainment deduction. A lot of you are over abusing that deduction, and the IRS is paying attention. Okay, so I want you all to understand, yes, you can deduct travel. Yes, you can deduct certain entertainment if it is necessary and ordinary to your business, but you cannot over abuse it. And if you don't have proof, then you're putting yourself in a bad situation. So let's just say I use that same scenario with me going to the club, or you going to the club. If all of my friends are entrepreneurs, or if most of them are entrepreneurs, and we're going to mastermind and talk about certain things that we're going to be doing, or even if we're celebrating an accomplishment that we've done in our business that may help us do something else, then by all means, I am going to claim it. But if that is not the case, be honest and be true when it comes to this, and just don't claim it. So many of you who are employees who are moving into entrepreneurship, you all worry so much about your health benefits and your health insurance and things of that nature, and I'm about to spend so much money and all this and all that. The benefit for us as entrepreneurs is that we can claim that as a deduction. That is a legitimate deduction that we can claim on our tax return, and you want to take advantage of that, especially your premium. So make sure, when you are discussing with your tax professional, that you include, hey, I pay health insurance. I had some premiums that I had to pay for. Make sure that you are claiming that, because that is important. And those health insurance premiums can be an adjustment to your overall income, which is going to help you in the long run. So make sure when you get to that point, you ask about that and you make sure that they include that. Now, your employee wages and benefits and all of that, some of you may not be at that point where you're paying payroll and paying for benefits for your employees, or even you probably don't even have employees. But let me at least mention this. Eventually, I know for myself, when I first started my accounting business, within that first year, I got me a VA. Your girl needed some help. You are at some point in time, whether it's your first year in business, your first 6 months, or your second year, you are going to need or get some type of assistance within your business, whether it's an accountant, a VA, someone who does your graphic design, someone who does your advertising, your marketing, whatever it may be. Those people will be considered contractors. Now, let me throw this out there. If they are US based and you pay them a minimum of $600 throughout that year. So let's just say you paid them $200 in January, you paid them $200 in April, $200 in June, and $200 in August. At that point in time, you paid them $800. If you do anything $600 and above, you have to file form 1099 NEC for them. So you're going to ask them for their W-9, and then you are going to go in and create a 1099 for them for them to file on their taxes. But I want to include this because that is also a deduction for you. If you have those contractors, you can deduct that on your tax return. Again, this is going into your overall, deducting from your overall income, so that it will decrease the amount of taxes that you have to pay. And it is very beneficial. 1 year, I think I spent maybe $46,000 on contractors. You better believe your girl deducted it. Okay. My favorite one is professional fees and services. So let me give you a prime example. A lot of you, because I know I'm not alone, a lot of you go and you pay for digital courses, you pay for coaches, you pay for consultations. Those are easy deductions. Whatever anything educational that you may have spent on your business to help you get to the next place or to help you get that thing going, you can deduct. All right, so even if you've used another small business owner services, you can deduct that on your taxes. When I file my bookkeeping clients, when I file their taxes, the cost that they paid me to do their bookkeeping, I am going to deduct from their taxes. You understand? So make sure you're keeping that in mind. And that also goes into, lastly, your accounting and your legal fees. So even if you decide, oh, I can't afford a huge law firm to help or service me, Rocket Lawyer, Legal Shield, you can still use that as a deduction to cover anything legal, honestly, and including your accountant. So make sure you are including those things in your deductions. You don't want to miss out on your deductions, especially starting out. The last thing you want to do is have your first 6-figure year, and then the next year you have to pay $30,000 in taxes. Make sure that you do the bare minimum to at least get your deductions. There are additional things that you can do in order to reduce your tax liability. I have another video on that. Make sure you check out my YouTube playlist, Money in Business, that'll help you all around, and you'll be able to figure out exactly what things you need to do to maneuver in this world of entrepreneurship while, still keeping the money in your pocket. All right, so I'll see you all on the next video.